And now to the Middle East, where Israel has launched what it described as precise and targeted airstrikes on Iran in retaliation for Tehran's barrage of missile strikes against Israel early this month. It is the latest in a series of exchanges between Israel and Iran that for months has sparked fears of an all-out regional war. But while Iran says the strikes against military sites killed 2 soldiers, early indicators suggest the attacks were more limited than had been feared. We have details in this report.
Iranian state media has reported several explosions in and around the capital, Tehran. The Israeli military claimed credit for Saturday's operation shortly after explosions were reported in Iran. IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said the military had fulfilled its mission and demonstrated its preparedness to, quote, defend the state of Israel.
We will be obligated to respond. Our message is clear. All those who threaten the state of Israel and seek to drag the region into wider escalation will pay a heavy price. We demonstrated today that we have both the capability and the resolve to act decisively, and we are prepared on offense and defense.
Iranian authorities said sites in Tehran, Khuzestan, and Ilam provinces were attacked. The military claimed that the attacks had been successfully countered, although there was limited damage in some locations. The U.S., one of Israel's closest allies, said Saturday's strike against Iran was an exercise of self-defense, language which was echoed by the UK, where a government spokesperson said Israel has a right to self-defense. Tehran said it had attacked Israel in retaliation for what it called the violation of Iran's sovereignty and the martyrdom of Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh, who was killed by an explosion in Tehran in July, that Iranian officials blamed on Israel. At the time, Iran said the attack was also in response to the Israeli airstrike in the southern suburbs of Beirut that killed Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and Brigadier General Habaz Nilfurushan, a high-ranking Iranian official. Speaking after Israel launched its strikes on Saturday, a White House official said President Joe Biden had been briefed and is closely following the developments. A UK government spokesperson said London was closely monitoring the situation. However, a US defense official stressed that there was no US involvement in the Israeli strikes on Saturday. Iran's aviation authority briefly suspended flights. However, commercial flights have resumed. Israeli airstrikes also targeted sites in central and southern Syria. This was reported by the Syrian state media.
If you vote for me, inflation will end.
We need a president who works for all the American people.
In the United States, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are honing their closing argument just 10 days from Election Day. The former president is returning to his hometown on Sunday for a rally in one of New York City's most iconic landmarks, Madison Square Garden. 2 days later, the vice president is holding an event at the Ellipse, the park just outside of the South Lawn of the White House, where Trump's fiery speech nearly 4 years ago set in motion the attack on the U.S. Capitol. The two events could deliver a key moment in a race that is on a razor's edge, with polls showing each candidate with support of 47% rather, of likely voters. Both campaigns are urging supporters to cast their ballot early and attempting to reach the vanishingly small pools of undecided voters, or those who know which candidates they prefer but are not sure whether they will vote for. Harris and Trump have made clear the issues they are highlighting in the campaign's last days. Harris is leaning into a support of abortion rights, a political winner for Democrats since the Supreme Court overturned the Roe versus Wade in 2022. She's also contrasting her character with Trump's strategy aimed at reaching independents and moderate Republicans.
If you vote for me, inflation will end.
We need a president who works for all the American people.